Page 347, lesson 6.3 is representing percents greater than 100 or less than 1. So more than 100% or less than 1%. So I kind of call this section, it's big percents and small percents. So if you look at this on 347, Marcy, Bobby, and Max began their homework at the same time. Marcy finished her homework in 60 minutes. Bobby finished his homework in 50% of the time it took Marcy to finish. And Max finished his homework in 150% of Marcy's time. And the question is, how long did each of them work? So we already know Marcy's total. So we already know Marcy is going to be 60 minutes. And this is going to be our basis of comparison. So this is going to represent 100% as we look at the rest of this problem. So the next thing talks about Bobby, and he finished his homework in 50% of the time it took Marcy to finish. So you might think of 50%, that's half of 100%, so half of 60 minutes would be 30 minutes. And then finally, Max, it says, is 150%. So there's different ways you can do this. One observation you might make is that if you look at, we've got 100% here and 50% here. If you add those together, that makes 150%. So if you added 30 minutes and 60 minutes together, that would give you Max's time, which is 90 minutes. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Another way you could say, well, 350s would make 150, 350%. So that means 30 times 3, which would be 90 minutes. Another way you could do it, which we'll kind of get into as we go through this lesson, is you could take 150% of 60. And we'll learn more about that later. But if you work out 150% of 60, then that works out to be 90 minutes as well. So there's several ways that you can come up with that one. So example 1, Jan and Kim built model cars for a science project. Kim's car traveled 140% as far as Jan's car. How can you write 140% as a fraction and as a decimal? So 140%, just like we've talked about before, a percent, we can put it as a number over 100. So 140% is 140 over 100. What they did is they reduced that down to 7/5. And what we might do at that point is we might change it over to a mixed number, would be 1 and 2/5. Another way you could do that is you could, once you get 140% over 100, you could go ahead and change that to a mixed number, would be 1 and 40 over 100. That would give you a little bit smaller numbers to work with on your fraction. And then, you know, maybe you're looking at this, okay, they both end in 0. Let me divide them by 10. And that'd be 1 and 4/10. And then if you divide those by 2, and then you'll get 1 and 2/5. Okay? I'm going to say 1 and 2/5 is probably going to be the preferred answer for that, for the fraction. And then for the decimal, we talked about it in the previous section, changing from a percent to a decimal. One way of doing that, you can just move the decimal 2 spots to the left. So 140%, move the decimal 2 spots to the left. That would be 1 and 40/100ths. Or if you want to drop the 0 off at the end, you can. That'd be the same as 1 and 4/10. Another way of doing it, another couple ways of doing it, The book just said, well, it's 14 tenths, but then it's kind of like if you write it as a decimal, you got more than what's going to be able to go in the tenth spot, so you need a whole number part and a decimal part. Or we could have just gone straight from the beginning. 140 hundredths is like 1 and 40 hundredths. We could change that to a mixed number. That'd be another way to do it. Might be a little bit easier for you guys to see. 1 and 40 hundredths is 1 and 40 hundredths. Okay. If it's more than 100%, you're going to have a mixed number answer for that, or your decimal is going to be bigger than 1. The other option is you can divide. You can say it's 140 over 100, and then you can divide that out, and you get 1 and 4 tenths. So just to mention again, to change a percent to a decimal, we can move the decimal 2 places to the left. So 137%, it's going to end up just being 1 and 37 hundredths as a decimal. Okay, and again, if you want to say it's 137 over 100, and then as a mixed number, that's 1 and 37 hundredths, and then go to your decimal, that's fine. But if you just know this shortcut, then you can get to your answer quicker if you want to do it that way. So if you look at the area of a new movie theater is 225% of the area of the old theater. What is 225% as a fraction and as a decimal? So we've got to do both of these. I'm going to suggest it might be easier on some of the problems just to go ahead and get the decimal, and then from the decimal you can get your fraction, but that's up to you which way you'd rather do that. So if we use our trick we talked about earlier, 225% as a decimal would be 2 and 25 hundredths, 2.25. Again, just moving that decimal 2 places to the left. And then from there, we can actually just change that over to a fraction and then reduce it if possible. So if we go from here to write this as a fraction, actually a mixed number, we could say in this case, to go from that point with our decimal, we could say our decimal is 2 and 25 hundredths. So as a mixed number, we can put 2 and 25 hundredths. And then we can reduce that down, and that would be 2 and 1/4. Okay? If you did it the other way, if you wanted to try and do your percent first instead, okay, understand we're done that way. If you wanted to do the percent first, you could say it's 225 over 100, and then you could say that you could change that over to 2 and 25 hundredths and then reduce it to 2 and 1/4. I just think it's easier maybe for some of you possibly to get the decimal first and then the fraction when you're doing these problems, but that's up to you. If you look at example 2, this time we have a small percent. It says write 1/2% as a fraction and as a decimal. So 1/2%, that's like if we had 100 squares and we only had half of one of the squares filled in. Not a whole lot. So 1/2% as a fraction, what we could do is we could write that as 1/2 over 100, and then 1/2 divided by 100. The 100 we could put over 1, and then remember dividing fractions is keep change reciprocal, and then if you multiply that would be 1 over 200. Again, I'm going to suggest it might be easier to do the decimal first. So the decimal, instead of 1/2%, 1/2 you might know is 0.5, so that's 0.5%. 0.5%, if you just go with our trick from earlier, just move your decimal 2 spots to the left, that's 5 thousandths. And then by having the decimal as 5 thousandths, Now we can come back to our fraction. We can say it's 5 thousandths, and then we can reduce both of those by 5, and that would be 1 over 200. So again, it's up to you. To me, that's going to be the easier route. Decimal first and then fraction. To look at example 3, write the percent of the solution that is water as a fraction and as a decimal. So we got 0.9%. Once again, I'm going to go with the decimal first. I'm going to do this first, even though that's not really how the book's going about it. 0.9%, if you just move your decimal 2 spots to the left, that would be 9 thousandths. And then guess what? If we have that decimal, then our fraction is going to be 9 thousandths. It's already, our fraction's already given basically by our decimal. It's just a matter of if we have to reduce it or not. Okay. What the book did by getting the fraction, they said it's 0.9 over 100. And then the deal is you don't want to have a fraction, or sorry, you don't want to have a decimal in your fraction. So if you multiply both of those by 10, then you can get it to 9 over 1,000. But again, to me, it's easier if we just go ahead and get the decimal first, and then we can say, oh, okay, that's my fraction then. So on the try it, same idea. They want us to write these as fractions as decimal and decimals. So 2/5 of a percent, we can change that to a decimal, the 2/5 part. One thing is, if you want to multiply both of those by 2, that's the same as 4/10. So that would be 4/10 of a percent. So then if we move our decimal 2 spots to the left, that would be 4 thousandths. And then our fraction would be 4 thousandths. Which we can reduce that down. That'd be 2 over 500, which we can reduce to 1 out of 250. And then part B is already written as a decimal. Well, it's a percent, but it already has the decimal point there. So if you just move that 2 spots to the left, that would be 3 thousandths would be your decimal. And then the fraction would be 3 thousandths as well.